Coming up on Cronkite News, care for pregnant women post Roe v. Wade, how those on both sides of the issue are examining next steps.
Plus, water shortage at the Grand Canyon. We'll explain what that means to residents and visitors.
And later on, break it down how long-haul COVID symptoms are affecting athletes.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Jessica Herrera.
And I'm Julio Mora Rodriguez. Thank you for joining us. Activists on both sides of the abortion debate are looking ahead now that the Supreme Court has overturned Roe v. Wade. Cronkite News reporter Luke Chatham examines the impact of the decision here in Arizona.
With the Supreme Court ruling now affecting states across the country, those who support and oppose abortion are figuring out next steps.
So we already strategically navigate people as it is, but now we're going to be navigating so many more people at one time.
Most Arizona abortion providers stopped services on Friday. That means those seeking an abortion will have to travel to other states where it's a possibility. But abortion supporters are concerned providers will get inundated.
They only have a handful of clinics and they can barely support their own people as it is. And now they have to take care of so many people, thousands from various states.
But while the restrictions have made things more difficult, there could be a clear path as to what comes next. A church in Texas works to transport those seeking an abortion to a state that permits it. And they say they'll continue to do so.
The patients are going through all kinds of things, that these are the poorest people in our community. They're women, they're mostly Black, brown, and indigenous women, and that they have dignity and their lives matter.
On the other side of the debate, abortion opponents celebrated Friday's ruling and pledged more support for pregnant individuals. Arizona Senator Nancy Barto tweeted, quote, "In anticipation of this day, the Arizona legislature increased budget resources to care for both the pregnant women and her unborn child, including for pre- and postnatal care. Groups like Choices Pregnancy Centers of Greater Phoenix have long provided services to those who choose to forego an abortion, and they say they'll continue to help."
We will continue to offer free pregnancy tests. We will continue to offer free ultrasounds. We will continue, as of 6 weeks ago, to offer the abortion pill reversal.
In Phoenix, Luke Chatham, Cronkite News.
Arizona has a 15-week abortion ban that is set to take effect in September. But there's also a 1901 law that bans abortion outright. The courts may have to determine which law takes precedence.
The director of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services explained steps the HHS is taking in response to the Supreme Court decision. The HHS is taking steps to increase access to medication abortion, working to ensure patient privacy on non-discrimination for patients, and protecting family planning care, including morning after pills. In an interview with CNN, Vice President Kamala Harris explained other steps the administration is taking.
So the president rightly last week, when the decision came down, indicated quite unambiguously that we will do everything within our power as an administration through the executive branch to ensure that women have access to the medication they need, which has been, by the way, FDA approved, and that they will have freedom of travel and that travel should be unrestricted.
In an effort to quell some fear of impending abortion bans, Attorney General Merrick Garland said that states may not ban abortion pills because they disagree with the FDA about their safety. The January 6th committee held a surprise hearing today. Cassidy Hutchinson, an aide to former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, appeared before the committee. She testified former President Donald Trump dismissed the presence of armed protesters among his supporters headed to the Capitol. She also said that Trump endorsed their calls to hang Mike Pence. She also told the committee that he has informed that some of the protesters in the crowd outside the White House had weapons, but he told officials to let my people in and march to the Capitol.
A new bill that would ban close-range filming of police now sits on Governor Doug Ducey's desk after passing both the Arizona House and Senate. House Bill 2319 would make it illegal for bystanders to record police activities within 8 feet of the interaction. There are exceptions for people at the center of the situation. There is also an exception for the occupants of a vehicle stopped by police, so long as they do not interfere with police actions. Opponents of the bill say it is unconstitutional at its core, giving police too much discretion. People who violate this new law could face a misdemeanor if they continue filming after a police warning. Former Congressman Matt Salmon announced today he is dropping out of the race to be the Republican candidate for governor. In a statement, Salmon said he was proud of what he and his team accomplished. He went on to say it was clear that the path to a first-place victory was no longer realistic. He did not say who he would now support in the race. Carrie Lake, Karen Taylor Robeson, Scott Neely, and Paula Tulianizen are still in the race and are set to debate tomorrow night here on Arizona PBS at 5 p.m.
A federal court has denied a bid to halt construction of a copper mine at Oak Flats Campground. Apache and other tribal members say the project would destroy a site they hold sacred. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals stated in their 2-1 decision that the site is sacred, but tribal beliefs were not sufficient to protect the land under the First Amendment. The former San Carlos Apache chairman says Oak Flat is like Mount Sinai to him and other tribes. Resolution Copper, the company that would be building the mine, said they would be bringing about 3,700 jobs to the area and $1 billion annually to the Arizona economy. Grand Canyon National Park has enacted water conservation measures, and hikers need to be cautious. Due to an electrical outage at the Roaring Springs Pump House, there will be water limitations for some services on the North Rim. Visitor facilities will remain open, but laundry services and showers will be closed. Concessions will also be limited. Officials say drinking water will be available along the North K-Bab Trail, as well as the Cottonwood Campground and Manzanita Day Use area. Inner Canyon Trail hikers need to be prepared to carry water all the way in or drink creek water.
Not only is it hot this week, but humidity is also on the rise. Let's check in with Kyle Betts in the Cronkite Weather Center to see how the coming monsoon season will be hitting us here in Arizona.
Thanks, Julio, and hope you're all having a great Tuesday. Let's take a look at our future cast. We're going to have a little bit of precipitation up there in the Prescott region tonight, a little bit of cloud cover, and all the same throughout the valley tomorrow. And looking ahead towards Thursday as well, down in Tucson, we're going to have a little bit of precipitation down there, some cloud cover there as well. But, I mean, it's very humid in general in the bottom half of the state. 56 down there in Tucson. 55 in Gila Bend, 56 here in Phoenix as well. So if you're looking for more of a dry heat, the upper portion of the state is where you want to go. And it's also looking a lot cooler there. As you can see, 78 up in Flagstaff, 83 up in the Grand Canyon as well. And here in the valley, 109 in Phoenix, 108 in Gila Bend. And as you can see, it is 99 in Tucson. Now looking ahead towards our 8-day forecast. There's a chance of rain tomorrow and Thursday with that cloud cover as well. 20% chance there. Looking also very warm at 109 and 106 over these next 3 days. But we look ahead into our 3-day weekend. 106 and 105 on Sunday. Still partly cloudy conditions there on Sunday. But our 4th of July on Monday is looking beautiful right now at 105. From the Cronkite News Weather Center, I'm Kyle Betts. We'll send it back to you.
I'm Ethan Ryder. Coming up after the break, I'll have your Cronkite Sports Report. Valley coach makes history as she leads the South Mountain Community College men's golf team to a national championship. We have her story next.
Know what I'm saying?
Try to steer the trouble.
Where's the fun in that? You know how ladies can be.
I'ma do what I do.
Did you know newsrooms today are looking for bilingual journalists? Cronkite Noticias prepares you to cover diverse communities. In Cronkite Noticias, you will obtain an unforgettable experience.
Nopales como este van a tumbar.
Cronkite Noticias.
And develop your skills with the latest technology.
That way the flavors will marry nicely.
Can you tell me what I'm looking at?
I'm not looking for love, I'm looking for cookies.
And there's still places to discover.
It just absorbs you.
You can make this at home if you can't find it.
I will continue to eat and drink until you get here. Get here fast.
Cheers.
Oh, look at that. Oh, doesn't that look good?
We are going to be eating well.
It does work.
It does.
We got a happy little sky.
We're just getting started.
Welcome back to the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Ethan Ryder. The trial date for Phoenix Mercury star Brittany Griner is set for July 1st. Griner's detention was also extended another 6 months. Mercury players reacted to Griner's court appearance after their win last night against the Fever. Players said it was hard to see Griner in handcuffs as new photos were released showing Griner going to court. Griner was arrested in February on alleged drug charges. In May, the State Department classified her status as wrongfully detained. The Mercury paid tribute to Griner with the video during Monday's game at Footprint Center and called for her release. Griner's wife was also in attendance. With the trial set to start in 3 days, experts warn fewer than 1% of defendants in Russian criminal trials are acquitted. The Mercury have not only been vocal about Griner, they have spoken on the recent Supreme Court ruling overturning Roe v. Wade. Head coach Vanessa Nygaard added her voice to the chorus of athletes and coaches critical of the ruling.
Rights are being taken away from women in our country. We should be very concerned. What's next? And we all need to make sure that we're making our voices heard, and there's election coming up. And this is not the will of the people. And it's very upsetting.
And more on-court adversity for the Mercury as they parted ways with Tina Charles over the weekend. Charles signed with the Mercury last offseason, and the former WNBA MVP was expected to play a big role in Phoenix with the absence of Brittany Griner. But she averaged under 15 shots per game with the Mercury, the fewest since her rookie season. Charles signed with the Seattle Storm after she cleared waivers. South Mountain Community College men's golf just won the Junior College Division II National Championship. Not only are their golfers a part of history, but so is their head coach. Cronkite News' Kyle Betts talked to Chelsea Carroll about her road to success in light of the 50th anniversary of Title IX last week.
Chelsea Carroll became the first woman to ever lead a men's program to a Division II Junior College National title last month. Carroll didn't just make history by taking home the trophy, but her team did it in big fashion. The Cougars won by 19 strokes, the cherry on top of a season in which Carroll won the Dave Williams NJCAA National Coach of the Year award.
It was on the 18th hole whenever I knew what was happening. The guys were still just focused on one hole at a time, and just having that overwhelming feeling of, is this real? Like, we worked so hard.
The journey to win a Division II title started when the former head coach of the men's team, Aaron Pitts, accepted the job at UTEP before the season. He recommended Carroll step in as the next head coach.
Speaking with our athletic director about what do we do with the men's team, to me, the solution was right in front of us.
Carroll, a former collegiate golfer herself at Rogers State University, was willing to embrace the challenge, all while overseeing the women's golf program as well.
I've always wanted to be a full-time head golf coach, and so when that opportunity happened, I was more happy than anything. And so I knew the challenges that were going to be presented were going to come, but when you're passionate about something, it's just a different feeling.
Carroll's accomplishment is timely in that it occurred just 1 month before the 50th anniversary of Title IX. She hopes others are able to learn from her experiences and show young women and girls that the sky's the limit.
There's always history that's going to be made, and to be part of that, it's an honor, and I hope I can inspire other women to just take on the challenge ahead, and nothing's impossible.
In Phoenix, Kyle Betts, Cronkite News.
The Detroit Tigers made a rare trip to Phoenix for an interleague series against the Diamondbacks last weekend, which allowed rookie first baseman Spencer Torkelson to visit the ASU baseball diamond where he starred in college. Torkelson slugged 54 home runs over his 3 seasons as a Sun Devil, including a COVID-shortened 2020. He was the first overall pick in the 2020 MLB draft and entered this season as the Tigers' top prospect. Torkelson visited Phoenix Municipal Stadium over the weekend and told camera crews there that coming to ASU was, quote, the best decision of my life. JaVale McGee, Odell Beckham Jr., and other notable names borrowed Chase Field last week to play softball for a great cause. Cronkite News reporter Lauren Green was on the scene for what made this game stand out.
Sun center JaVale McGee hosted his 6th annual Jug Life charity softball game at Chase Field in support of his foundation that promotes an active and healthy lifestyle from drinking more water. Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and other Suns players were in attendance, as well as a few notable names from the NFL and entertainment world, all in support of McGee's foundation. McGee came up with this foundation after his own results of drinking more water as a Denver Nugget.
I started to drink a gallon of water a day, and just seeing the things that it was doing to my body, how I was feeling great, playing great. So it was just amazing, just because I got to experience it myself before I told other people to do it.
JaVale's philanthropist mindset didn't come from anywhere. His mom has had a huge impact on his outlook on life and his charitable views.
For us to be him to be in the NBA for 14 years, I've always told him that he lives a very blessed life, and to much is given, much is required. So you always have to plant seeds and give back.
It was like, all right, we need to set up the foundations, and we need to make sure that you're giving back turkeys on Thanksgiving and you're giving gifts on Christmas.
Events like these help McGee's foundation supply water education tours to public schools and build water wells in Uganda. McGee's mom sat in attendance to not only watch her son and daughter have fun, but to watch the values she instilled in him come to life. From Phoenix, Lauren Green, Cronkite News.
And finally tonight, the Suns tendered a $16.4 million qualifying offer to DeAndre Ayton, a formality for the team who can now match any offer sheet the restricted free agent signs with another team. That's all for today's Cronkite Sports Report. Back to you, Jessica.
Snowbowl Ski Resort will reopen tomorrow after the pipeline fire closed the area to visitors. The resort was not damaged by the wildfire, but the area was evacuated. You can ride the gondola from the base of the mountain up more than 11,000 feet to get some relief from the summer heat. The resort is offering sunset rides and live music over select weekends. You can find information about all the summer activities at snowbowl.ski.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us. For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.